Welcome everybody to UCL night. Liverpool won it. Real Madrid nil. You know what I want to talk about? I want to talk about this Trent Alexander-Arnold situation. People were booing Trent. People were graffitiing Trent's mural. People didn't like the fact that Trent chose Real Madrid rather than staying for Liverpool. I think Trent did the right decision. Honestly, I think it's his choice. People say, okay, Trent did it for the money. Trent knew that he was going to leave ages ago. But you cannot force a player to stay at your club. You cannot. You cannot force a player to stay at the club for a long time. If he wants to leave, it's his choice. And the manager has to respect the decision. The owners have to respect the decision. And yes, I am a hypocrite for saying this because Kudus did that. He decided he betrayed us for Spurs. But I think what Kudus did against us was more worse than what Trent did by joining Real Madrid. Yes, Liverpool versus Real Madrid is bigger than Spurs versus West Ham. But I always think a betrayal in football always has to be a player joining your biggest rivalry. When I mean rivalry, I mean derbies. And I think like betrayals, I think of Sol Campbell from Spurs to Arsenal. I think of Luis Figo. I think of the Lewandowski joining from Dortmund to Real. I don't see Trent going to Real Madrid is a problem factor. The fact that they had to graffiti Trent's mural, they had to call him so many horrible words. I mean, people can say, okay, but Trent made the decision ages ago, he ran out his contract, but fine. But you have to respect the player's decision. But overall, the game, I think, for a Liverpool team that had problems with losing, before the Villa game, they did dominate Real Madrid. I think they gave Real Madrid a fight. Real Madrid 15 times champion, but Liverpool just put so much pressure on Real Madrid. It came to the point where Real Madrid had had problems with their defense. I mean, yes, Courtois was the man of the match. I agree. He made amazing saves. He changed the game for the better by making those saves. But this is a Liverpool squad that has been struggling with defense. So I'm surprised that, players like Vinny, players like Mbappe, players Bellingham struggled against a team that struggled with defense this season. Konate has been terrible this season. I think Konate has been off his form. But to go out to Anfield is a scary place. Anfield is a scary place to go to, It's going to have to be... It should be easy for your team. And yes, Liverpool lost once and Liverpool won 2-0 at Real Madrid. So versus Real Madrid last season when the Mbappe penalty miss. But Liverpool are a dangerous team. We cannot deny the fact that Liverpool are a dangerous team. But I just think Xabi Alonso, I just don't think Xabi Alonso used the tactics right. I don't think that, the players didn't expose Liverpool's defence, like how United did, like how Palace did, like how Palace did in the Carabao Cup, like what Brentford did, like what Galatasaray did. If you when you research against your opponent, you actually should learn the weakness of the problem of a football club. And I just don't think that Real Madrid didn't exploit that much. But it came to the point where Liverpool had to give the pressure. They had to. It was an even-sided game, but when you think about it, who's gonna put more pressure into that team more? Who's lost to Galatasaray? Juve drew to Real Madrid last Champions League. That should motivate you. That should motivate you to think, oh, okay, hold on. We drew to Juve. This is the type of thing when you play in the Champions League, you have to, remember the last game and then work on the last game. But I just think right now, McAllister is a good header. I think he's a good player. I think he's underrated. I don't think he gives credit the way people would give credit to De Bruyne when he was at Man City. I don't think people would give credit like how the same credit. I mean, people would give Soblazai credit more than McAllister. And it's the same thing with Spurs. I think with Spurs, when Spurs had a Harry Kane and Son, Harry Kane is Spurs' best player, but people pushed Son aside and give Kane more the credit. And it's the same thing with McAllister and Soblazai. You look at the Arsenal's invincible team, Henry was their best player, but people overlooked Bergkamp. It's the fact that, the fact that who the fan loves more. The penalty decision, oh my god, the penalty decision. I think that was a pen. I honestly think that was a pen. It's only a pen for me because, one, it was inside the box. Two, I don't think Ref Kovac realised this. It's that, I mean, sometimes referees don't think about this. It's like, if the ball wasn't blocked, it would either go to the left, go to the right, top corner, top bins, top left, top right, or Courtois would have saved a goal. Yes, it's closer to his body, but I don't think referees understand the point of view of, like, okay, if that shot didn't hit the hand, where would it have gone? I think it would have been a penalty. Controversial, yes. I mean, it was hard to decide whether it's a penalty or not. It wasn't like it's a clear and obvious handball because it was closer to his body, but then again, like, then you can think about the situation where the ball going without hitting the body, the fraction. So I think Real Madrid were lucky that penalty was not given, but I just think they underutilized Liverpool's weakness. When you have Conor Bradley, an underrated right back who's taking over Trent's position because Trent went to Real Madrid. I don't think he's like, he doesn't. I mean, he's a good player, but like, Real Madrid should have exploited his lack of experience for a football club senior. But yeah, you can't get the job done. Then, so for fact, that's all watching this video. The next video is Man City versus Dortmund Wednesday. Then I've got Spurs versus Man United on Saturday. I've got Palace versus Brighton, M16 derby. Don't know what that is. And they're not even in the same region, so I don't know why it's called a derby. So yeah. And then Man City versus Liverpool. Another Liverpool game to do. Peace. I'm out. Where was the Smart? Where's Real Madrid?